are his enemy. But as man, I must open my big mouth to lament on some things you know about. So the bother come attack me, don't waste your time on a old jungle like me. Pie in the sky, promises and mama guy. Voters say their expectations were too high. Like the old proverb from way back long, you want to be wrong and strong. Some people bawling with their mouth closed. How they do that, only God knows. Man who could talk, they bawling with their jaws locked. I thought only dummies used to do that. A lady told me she's dying inside slowly, but she don't mind once it's NDC killing she. She said we had enough under Claudius, so nothing wrong if baby Jesus kill us. All those who claim that they love country more than party, the truth and reality is quite visual and so clear to see. Some things are morally wrong and unethical, are considered as politically essential. Their backs are against the wall, but you still can't tell them they're wrong at all. $2,000 increase on your salary, but you cut for people on by $150. I wonder who advising you. Old people go drag bam bam on you. You promise to improve standard of living, but I'm seeing more pain, hurt and suffering. Would you stop for a while and listen to me? Please don't send one more family into poverty. They're crying with their mouths closed. How they do that, only God knows. They're afraid to talk your supporters on the attack when they say is that, is that. A man told me as a strong foot soldier since June 23rd he ain't make $1. When he checked them, hear what they go say. You was wearing a green jersey one Sunday. I'm a strong supporter of the transformation agenda. It could be done with minimal errors, but tribalism and partisan politics messed up the Congress genetics. Mr. PM, you must stick to your promises. A lot of people voted you on these premises. How could you fool big people so? With pension, permanent, and more money galore. Now they're expecting you to deliver, but your conversation becomes so different. If your mind change, complain and tell us. Remember you are Grenada, Jesus. You promise happiness and better days, but we sing the opposite in many ways. Man, don't go down in record as the worst PM. The poor and needy, please don't neglect them. A burning silence deep within, quietly suffering, because you are labeled as a greed. You could not come to your blessing. Sandra told me she's greatly disappointed. That's not what she expected, but she's sticking with she party, even though she grandma lose the 150. Jonah was giving them one, but you offered them two. They took the bait and they voted for you. They say you focus on the rich and middle class, the lower strata you don't care one ras. Now them out stretched long with fret and regret. They miss the little stipends they used to get. Faith and CJs, you kill them dead. Over 1,000 families lost their bread. You sent groundsmen home and told them reapply, but you know very well that was mama guy. Nobody in Spain source up no more. With pest and disease, that industry will never grow. I can't wait for the new MNIB. Farmers' money go be tall like coconut tree. They say people get too much a pension, all because of wrong calculations. But Mr. X did tell them already, in the land there's one mathematician. I told my partner to bring back the money, make the treasury look pretty with one salary. They don't bother with the lady up in High Street, so she come on Facebook and she excrete.
This is not politics. Please don't forget, I'm just practicing to be a poet.
Not qualified as yet, but have no fear. I'm gonna get there. I'm not in this world to leave up to you.
And good evening to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
Neither are
the rest of the Eastern Caribbean.
up to mine.
Those of you listening locally, regionally, internationally, up in the air, under the water, you're in a tunnel right now and you're listening, we say a special good night to you. Those of you in the basement, especially those of you in New York, we know some of you does be down in the basement. Those of you down in the basement, yeah, we say a special good night to you.
I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am.
Just making sure everything is in place before we begin. It's now 6 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.
I am that I am, I am, I am.
Though the delay may be a bit more on one of the streams, I think it might be a bit later on the YouTube.
There is a time for everything, and for everything there is a season.
Saying good night to all of you.
Must reason.
Let me see. I'm seeing Hermina, Jillian, Antonito, Andrea, Nicole, Stephanie, Maud. Good night to you. Jakeem, Jocelyn, Phyllis. Yes, I had a wonderful day today. Janice, Amanda, Anastasia, Alcy, Louisa, Kim. Good night. Henry, Kathleen, Dave, Beavis, as usual. Beavis, you're all over here. You know, easy. Let me see. Eliza, Carl. Yay, Carl. And I know Alan somewhere around too. Unison, Angie, Dave, Gavin, Christine. Let me see. Faith Lynn is there. Wilma is there. Michelle is there. Bernadette. Gemma, good night to you. And Barbara, good night. Sherma Jeremiah, special good night to you and the home circle. Gloria, Kathleen, good night to you. Hey, good life, good night. Jacintha, Brother Watts, good night to you. Let me see. Matthew Bowen, my good bro, good night to you. Deborah Laborde, good night. Mayana, Listra, and Agnes, good night to all of you. See, I call Alan, I don't even think Alan, no Alan Day. You and the family, Alan, a special good night to all of you. Nice.
That's the way it is. We've waited.
Let me see now over on the YouTube.
Strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. Old school parables say you know what you have, but you don't know what you go get.
So I'm seeing Everett, Landon, David, Francis, Elon, Denise, Shemaine. I'm going to take your phone call just now. In fact, what, like somebody want to call her? All right. Let's see. Hello, good night. Hello?
Good night.
Good night. You're live. Go right ahead, caller. Hello? Yeah, that person probably called a wrong number. Yeah. All right. Yes. Let me see. I was on Elon, Denise, Shemaine, Ragbasing. Good night to you. Neil, Yvonne, good night. Let me see. Shirma Fletcher is another Shirma, not the other Shirma. Right. Yeah. Shirma, Shemi. What's up, girl? Hey, what night? I find I see Keda these last few nights. Keda, what going on? Kathy Albert, I know you're in. Joyce, hey, Joyce, the WhatsApp working on. I ain't find I see you there. Joyce, what going on? What going on, Joyce? Nice. Ibrahim, good night to you, bro. Let me see. Dexter, Kanisha, Shawnell, Kester, Jillian, Maudlin, Landon, good night. Marishan, good night. And Olive and Antonito is over here too. Wallan, good night to you. Norma, Kishon, Rodney, Sharon, Patrick, Cicely, let me see, Diana, Angus, Agatha, Lynn, Winnie, Dillion, Kendall, good night to you. Trisha, Linda, Imelda, Francois, good night to each and every one of you. All right, nice. Let me just get a little bit of water. Find, yeah, something, the voice, yeah.
I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. Serious business. There is a time for everything.
Yeah, the man says serious business, yeah?
There is a season. So man and man must reason.
We send a special good night to our brother out there in Carriacou, Norland Cox.
I think
Yes, you remain in our prayers.
some more issues
We ain't no one night on this thing, brother. We with you right through. Nice? Yeah.
to confuse. So relax your mind.
So to our brother, Senator Nolan Cox out there in Carriacou, we say a special good night to you and the family.
Promises we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain.
Brother man, if you had to cry, cry. If you had to bawl, bawl. This thing about... I often hear people telling people when somebody has died, be strong, don't cry. What do you mean, be strong, don't cry? Listen, if you had to bawl, bawl. You want to roll on the ground, roll on the ground. Let it out. Yeah, don't hold it in. Let it out.
You lose your rightful thinking, so we voted for the bling.
Be strong, don't cry. What do you mean, don't cry? Nah, man, I'm crying. I'm bawling, I'm rolling on the ground. Nobody don't tell me nothing. When I'm done, I get up, I'm good. Yeah, leave people. Let them express themselves how they feel. Nice.
You now refrain. Yellow, yellow, all the way is what everybody say. Cell phone ring, man answering. Yellow, yellow, no hello. Teeth get yellow, house gets yellow, bus gets yellow. Man.
And we say a special good night to our listeners on 91.9, 91.5 Real FM.
Campaign promise.
Yeah, they usually join us on a Monday and Tuesdays. Yes, folks, we do have a Wednesday and Thursday program, but that's strictly online.
But you now
Except if you're in Brooklyn with 94.9 We Noise Radio.
Cool parables say you know what you have, but you don't know what you go get. So cherish what you have to diminish regret. But what on earth lasts forever? Not even things created by the great Jehovah. So the green grass ceased to grow to allow the yellow vibes to flow. But boy, one song I sing, one bell I ring. If we didn't know, we'd never know yellow would have treat us so.
I say when you when you have the feeling, I see some people saying the same thing. Let it out. Yeah, this thing about somebody die and hold it in and be strong. Be strong is showing your actual emotions, your feelings. That is being strong. Hiding your emotions is not being strong. Letting your actual emotions out and being brave enough to do that, that's being strong. So if you have to cry, cry. Oh, don't cry and hush and all. What stupidness is that? Let people bawl.
That's reason.
You know they're feeling, leave them alone.
So, I think it's prime time that we address some more issues. Simple information I will use. No rocket science to get you confused. So relax your mind. Make sure everything...
So we're opening the phone lines from early. Betty, and good night to you. We're opening the phone lines from early tonight. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101 for those of you outside of Grenada. Remember, the 440-7377 number is also a WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp call us and the line is working, yeah?
Sure is that you want to say? Cause you sounded so good to believe. And deception is a powerful thing when you lose your rightful...
Let me say a special good night to Max and Francis out there in Petit Martinique. You and the home circle.
We would say
Make sure you tell mom and dad a special good night from me.
in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain. But you
Sherman, everyone out there in Carriacou and in Petit Martinique, yeah. All of you all up in Petit Martinique, my good friends up there.
cell phone ring, man answering. Yellow, yellow, no.
I don't think Hudson up there, man. I think Hudson out, yeah. Hudson, yeah. Find you a link with your cousin for a little while, man. Link with your cousin.
When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease.
Hannah, good night to you, my dear. Yeah, miss nothing yet, man. We're just starting up. Nice?
You'll ease the strain, but you now refrain.
Because the first issue I'd like to actually speak about, yes, we've passed the magic number a good while now, but the first issue I'd really like to speak about is what is going on when it comes to the Tivoli Health Center. Yeah? Now, several years ago, during the reign of the last NDC, you had the construction of the Tivoli Health Center. That health center, there were several flaws in relation to the structure itself. And as such, they had to shift out the operations from the Tivoli Health Center to another location. Now, under the new National Party, location was found the Ahoma Community Center. Now, the Ahoma Community Center was being used because it was the most suitable site at that point in time. It had recently been refurbished and so on. It's still within the community, even though, yeah, buses and different things like that, you might have slight issues, but it was being used as a facility. And again, it is government owned. It's a community center, which means you didn't have to pay 1 red cent to use that facility. Nice? Now, the present administration is saying that there are several issues with the Ahoma Health Center. Yes, indeed, there are issues with the access to it, the mud and different things like that. You will admit that there are issues with it. But several other areas, several other areas, and have been looked at. Within the Tivoli Ahoma area, there were several other buildings that were looked at to move the health center out from Ahoma and place it in different facilities. Now we are hearing that a decision has been made to move the health center from the Ahoma Community Center and place it where? Place it in a facility controlled by an NDC activist. And the facility that they're looking to move it to is the Tivoli Drummers facility. And you know who controls that? That's Livingston Nelson, recently appointed several times. He was a candidate on behalf of the NDC. He has been on the executive of the NDC over the years. And now he has been appointed, I think, the CEO of the Grenada Cultural Foundation. Well, he was there before and we know what happened. Yeah. So he has been appointed, and I could say reappointed because he was appointed several years ago. And then he's appointed now as the CEO of the Grenada Cultural Foundation. And the facility in Tivoli that is controlled by him is where they've decided to move the health center to, which is more expensive than more suitable locations that have been scouted, that are available, that the health center could be moved to. Now they're going to have to spend a significant amount of money to fix up, note what I'm saying, to fix up the Tivoli Drummers facility, because that is just an open kind of place. So now they have decided that not only they're going to move the health center there, but they are going to spend money now to fix up that facility to the point of where they can move the health center there. And note, I've said there are other facilities that are cheaper because they have to pay. Tivoli Drummers facility is not free. They ain't just getting to move there. They ain't just telling them go ahead and move into there. There are other facilities that they also have to pay for, but that are much cheaper. Yeah, are much cheaper. So you're going to put now the health center right in front of a gas station. So the fumes from the gas station, etc., coming into, yeah, so whether people have different issues and so, it's right in front of the gas station. I don't know how many of you understand and know Tivoli and so, right? And I don't know how many of you know the Tivoli Drummers facility. Listen, if all you want to spend our money and fix the Tivoli Drummers place, just put it under a program under the Ministry of Culture and so, put a set of money and say, look, we want to fix drumming in Grenada, so we put in our money. Don't use an excuse like, all you want to put the health center inside there. It is unfair to the people of Tivoli, Ahoma, and surrounding areas. It is unfair to them, La Poterie and all, it's unfair to them. Yeah? It's unfair to the nurses who will be forced to work in that facility. It will be unfair to them. It is unfair to the people who have to utilize that facility. Yeah? And it is unfair to all Grenadians that there are more suitable places that would require less retrofitting that are available within the same community, and instead of choosing one of them, you've decided to choose a place that belongs to an activist of the NDC. I hear they even have a small business running in the front selling different things. That is what I hear. That they have a business, there's a local business in the front that is being run by somebody and so on. Is that business still going to be allowed to be there if government is retrofitting the facility to hold the health center? And I'm telling you what, Tivoli people, tell me. I'm telling you what, people from Tivoli and La Poterie and Ahoma, tell me, and all you know are grounded in the area. Yeah? Well, you must try and unground me in that area. Are grounded in the area. Yeah? So, that facility is now being moved from Ahoma down to a structure that is unsuitable and is owned by an NDC or operated, managed by an NDC activist. That song right to all you? That song has something good? That song has something that you should be proud of?
Please don't forget, I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet, but have no fear. I'm gonna get there.
So, Livingston Nelson, yes, I call him name. If anything I say is untrue, all you could always sue me. And I'd say that every single night. And I ain't seen nobody come to me yet. Right? I ain't seen none of all you come to me yet. So if anything I say, I'm lying on all you, go to all your lawyers. My name is Sheldon Scott and my address is Frequente. If you can't find me, leave it at the New National Party office. They will call me. I will come for it. All right? Yeah. Or if you really need to find me, all you tap my phone already, so all you know my number. Just call me. All you feel I know all you listening in on our phone conversations. All I'm saying is the day that is proven, some all you going to jail. The same one all you only threatening, all you sending FIU and interfering with all kind of people, children all over the place, calling them into FIU office to ask them questions. Some are all you, including those who doing that. Go see the inside of Richmond Hill Prison before the people that all you're aiming to take down. Yeah? Old people say when you dig in trench, dig 2. Yeah? In all your case, all you better dig about 9. Dig 9. Telling all you know. All you feel nobody know all you're doing. So if anything I'm saying now is untrue, Mr. Livingston Nelson could take me to court. Yeah? But he has been appointed, as far as I know, to be the CEO of the Grenada Cultural Foundation. Yeah? He has ran several times as a candidate of the National Democratic Congress. Right? He is in charge of that facility. The facility is unsuitable for a health center. There are other facilities within the community that have been looked at that need less retrofitting and are cheaper. Yet still the decision was taken to choose the facility that belongs to an activist of the National Democratic Congress that costs more and still is going to cost more because you have to retrofit it and then place the health center inside there. Tell me if that is fair to the nurses. No wonder nurses just packing up and go and they even saying anything. Tell me if that is fair to the nurses. Tell me if that is fair to put it right outside a gas station to the people that have to come and use that facility on a daily basis with the fumes coming across. Is that fair to them? Is that fair to the nurses to have to put them right there in the fumes? Is that fair to the people who might have respiratory problems, etc., that have to come and use that facility? That's the best LACO could do? That's the best all they could do? Yeah, man. Transformation, man. Let's trying to transform some living people into dead, but anyhow.
One bell a ring. If we didn't know, we never know yellow would have treat us so.
No, Antonito, that does absolutely nothing to check if your phone is tapped or nothing. Come on, please. Just stop just reading things on the internet.
We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain.
As I said, the phone lines are open, 440-7377. That's 440-7377.
Past administration, the cause of frustration.
And I saw Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell on the To The Point program this morning.
Economic recession.
I must say he did give a lot of facts in relation to a lot of different things. It was a very interesting interview. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and look for it. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. And so the To The Point program for today, the 25th day of April 2023.
That's the way it is.
Before Mr. Terence Forrester, I heard Mr. Terence Forrester call at the end, and Mr. Terence Forrester doesn't seem to know the difference between a grant and a loan. I mean,
but when asked, how is the country going?
Let me just wait in simplest terms. You don't have to pay back a grant. A loan, you had to pay back. But a grant, you don't have to pay back. All right? And what Grenada got was a grant. Nice?
Yellow temperature. When will they start? Please answer that. Oh, soon. Maybe by the next full moon. Although things are...
And I'll tell you this. Now, the British government is very aware that there was COVID-19 affecting Grenada and the entire world in the years 2020, 2021, and even leading into 2022. So if competent individuals with intellectual capacity and capability who understood the various technical aspects of what they were going to discuss, who had the ability to converse properly in the English language, went to Barbados to discuss the issue of what we were due to lose in relation to the Western Main Road project. And so that money, if we had competent people that could put forward a proper case to the government of the UK, we would not have lost the project. Yeah? You could see anybody from the New National Party team going there and lose a project like that. You say, yeah, NNP losing them kind of thing, so? But every time you turn around and they see losing a next project. Well, let's start on a chain of losing, eh? So the losing project, that's not the only thing they're going to be losing within the next so much years, yeah? They're going to be losing a lot of other things within the next few years. Because they're losing projects, they're losing members, and if you ask me, like some of them losing the blasted mind.
Just before the next ballot. But you guys will have to come real good, cause it's a long time Grenada ain't eat a food. The thing
Duncan, good night to you.
Promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way.
I mean, if you're going to attack a man on an issue, at least understand the issue that you're talking about, yeah?
Refrain.
And let me say it again, because I realize it have a set of perseverance potong that plane they coming out to talk on the issue. All them perseverance potong need to stop back when garbage truck passing. Yeah? They need to stop. All them perseverance potong need to stop the unnecessary backing. Questions are being asked of the MP for South St. George. I am pretty sure that he has a competent tongue in his mouth to be able to answer these questions. As I've pointed out last night, when certain allegations were made towards myself, I made sure that I addressed them. Yeah? So if allegations are being made against a sitting MP, who by all indications, and I showed you all last night, the Integrity in Public Life Act, that is a law of the land. I showed you last night and I explained to you what aspects of that are being breached. I also showed you all the GDB Act itself and which parts of it are being breached. The illegality of the board of directors. That's one. Secondly, that according to Section 5 of the rules under that members of the legislature ought not to receive loans from the Grenada Development Bank. Either directors and neither the close relatives of both. All right? So we are very clear on that. So to come and say that, oh, they get the 2 million under the New National Party. Let's just say, it's not true, but let's just say, for argument's sake, argumentatively, that they did get the 2 million under the former administration. Argumentatively. Right? They got 600,000 under the NDC administration. And you're admitting that. So it means that we're not talking here about 2 million. We're talking about 2 million plus the 600,000. So you're actually saying that they get more than we were saying they get, isn't it? Nice.
You trick us with campaign promises. We won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain.
4407377. I just missed a call. You can call in. Yeah, that's no problem. You can call in at any time.
Old school parables.
Cindy, good night to you.
You don't know what you go get. So cherish what you have to diminish regret. But what on earth lasts forever? Not even things created by the great Jehovah.
Yeah, after Dr. Mitchell was on this morning, I had some NDC people eating up themselves, boy, because they didn't get a chance to get on to disrespect him. Because that is what they've been doing on that program over the past few months. Anytime anyone comes on representing the New National Party, they have made a special effort to attempt to disrespect that individual as much as possible. They think they're doing something well, but it just shows the lack of intellect, lack of intelligence, lack of even moral clarity that these individuals, well, they don't possess it. Yeah. So they can't come out and have a discussion with you on an issue in a proper sense. All they have to say is jail them, and it's that. Yeah, because they're done. So they can't have a proper discussion. So they jump under all live and they're trying to create problems and they jump all over and they're trying to create issues. We have a call online. Good night.
Hi, good night, Mrs. Scott.
Hi, good night, my dear. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine myself.
All
Yes,
right.
you're live. You can go right ahead.
Anyways, I'm just calling you to wish you a happy birthday in advance. Okay?
I think I make out that voice. So look here, wait until the day itself, man. Cha.
No, we tell you no.
I do
Have a
miserable.
good night and enjoy your day when it comes.
All right, my dear. Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Watch. Sometimes I just need reminding when my birthday coming up too. 440. Hannah, I know you know I know you know well. I know you know the day well. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. And I'd like to ask Mr. Well, in fact, me I want to ask he. Because as I said again, if we asking the MP, why the MP afraid to talk? As I said, I'm one of the only people in this country can talk about this thing, Why is the MP afraid to talk? Why you keep sending out emissaries to come and talk on your behalf? What, you do have a mouth? Yeah? Run up in Grenville, they're breaking down church. Snap, picture, video. Yeah? They're cleaning up vehicles somewhere, running, walk like a bulldog. Moving that day, moving this day. Yeah? Now they pull chain across the Lagoon Road. Chain. On the Kirani James, well, it's not a boulevard, but the Kirani James Boulevard, as they call it, but they need to rename it properly because it's not a boulevard. We know what a boulevard is, and that's not a boulevard. But they need to deal with that, right? And they see the pulling chain there. Good evening.
Yes, Sheldon, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. How are thou?
Always good, my brother.
Yeah. Sheldon, I want to ask you a few questions.
You can go right ahead.
Number one, where is the trade union? Is they gone and sleep?
We go see them Monday. Monday is May Day.
Well, they better don't go because this is embarrassing, an embarrassment. But I mean, we're there, and I want to ask you again, right? Where are the churches now? Because we need them to come out and say something.
One for long in Grenville. One for long in Grenville. I know about the rest.
Well, I don't know because I want to ask another question. Because and then they used to have what again the prayer group, all of them. I mean, where and then what I want to ask again, where's Mr. Accountability and Transparency? Before time he running his mouth up and down. Now I want to know if he's still alive. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because now is the time for you to take a stand. You understand me? All right, good night.
But they ain't taking a stand, they're taking a kickstand. Yeah, we have to ask, where is Mr. Accountability and Transparency? Yeah, all of them have disappeared. It seems as though they are no longer interested in, accountability and transparency. Again, it seems as wrong is only wrong according to which side of the fence you're on. Yeah? So all the voices that over the years have placed themselves in the position as the champions of the people's business and have always been their most vociferous, most vocal, most garrulous in relation to issues that they believe of national importance and perceived wrongdoing. All of a sudden, their mouth shut. They have nothing to say. I think some of them, when they was driving or something, and they dip in the vehicle, and whether does usually have the chapstick or the lipstick, they pull super glue instead. So they stick them out, and then the super glue get on their hand, so it stick the hand. So they can't write and they can't talk. Because I realize people like Sandra gone quiet. Sandra have nothing to say about this. This is all well and okay in Sandra Ferguson book. Yeah? Then you go Ray Roberts coming out to try to make some derogatory statement because that's where his mind is full of, you understand? Yeah. They have a word that is used in another country for it, but I ain't going to say it. But that's what he's mindful of. So he isn't able to come out and say that what has taken place there is wrong. He can't do it. He can't bring himself to do it because it happened with even the candidate that replaced him. So he can't say nothing right now. So all of them, the so-called civil society and so on and many others, is one person I'm seeing in civil society that making noise and taking cuss from all of them is the young lady up in St. David. That's the only person I see taking cuss and making noise in relation to this issue. The same young lady used to make noise on the NDC, she making noise on the NNP. But trade unions, I ain't hearing all you. I ain't all kind of things happening with public workers being called in and brought in by FIU and all kind of things taking place with them. And I ain't hearing public workers union, I ain't hearing all you. Maybe I'm waiting And I'm hoping that on Monday, I go hear all you. I could understand if you decide that, hey, the week before we don't want to say nothing, we saving all we had to say for when we're doing our speech on May Day itself. Yeah? I might be able to understand that. All right? And I do hope that they have a successful May Day. I have no problem May Day. You have a successful May Day or whatever. But I'm saying here that we have a situation where a sitting government minister has apparently breached at least the Integrity in Public Life Act and the Grenada Development Bank Act. At least both of them. There may be a third one. I have to read through the Anti-Corruption Act a bit. Yeah, I have to read it over. I've read it, but I have to read it over to see if any of the sections inside there were breached as well. Yeah? Even in the formation of the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, it seems as though this administration has forgotten that there is something called the Procurement Act. And therefore, if you're going to buy different things for that ministry, that new ministry that has not been properly constitutionally formatted anyway, but that if you're doing that ministry, you have to go through a specific process in relation to procurement. The only time you could set aside the Procurement Act is point in times like when there's a national emergency, like during the COVID, you had an international crisis that was affecting the state of Grenada, and you can't fully go through the Procurement Act at that point in time. You should try, but still. Yeah? So what is happening now? Was it an emergency to set up that particular ministry? Yeah? Was it an emergency? I spoke last night. Some people like they start to get worried. Who want to run and go? Why they do jail him? Why they do this? Why they do that? I don't deal with patongs. Yeah? I don't deal with patongs. Nice? So if we talking to the minister, let the minister talk for himself. Don't send no patong to talk on behalf of the minister. Let him speak for himself. He could put the entire matter to rest by just coming out and saying, yes, it's true, or saying, no, it's not true, and providing the evidence that what we're saying is not true. He has the third option. Sue me. Take me to court and let me bring my documents and he bring his documents, and then we settle the matter right there. But the fair public comment that I'm making in relation to this is based on information. It is based on information that is in circulation. Yeah? That is what it is based on. So if they want to waste money in the court, they could go ahead and waste money in the court. But I'm saying, if I am coming here and lie, they have that recourse. They have that avenue that they can use if they find that I am telling untruths to the Grenadian people. Yeah? And they can utilize it. Utilize it, though, Fred. So when I say that the MIT minister, through A&D distributors, presently owes the government of Grenada, let me get the exact figure here. Presently, as of Friday gone, this number has gone up because remember, interest, according to the amount of days, the interest is going up on a daily basis, right? So as of Friday, the Minister of Implementation, Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, who is attached to A&D, he's the principal in A&D, isn't it? Or was the principal in A&D? That over the years, through the corporate income tax and stamp tax, presently owes the government of Grenada $2,269,366.51. Let me slow that down again for you. For those of you that missed it the first time. The minister presently owes the government of Grenada, the treasury, yeah, $2,269,366.51. If what I'm saying is not true, if I am lying on A&D distributors, then come out and tell the Grenadian people Sheldon Scott is not telling the truth and he's lying. Come out and tell the Grenadian people that. If what I'm saying is not true, feel free. Yeah, feel free. But the present tax obligation is $2,269,366 $269,366.51 exactly as of Friday gone. That is what is owed. Yeah? That is what is owed. And I'm speaking to the minister, as I said. I want no potong on no microphone, or no potong to jump in front, no camera, or no potong to write in no newspaper. Yeah, there are different levels of potong, but all of them belong in perseverance, pulling garbage. I ain't want no potong to come and try to defend the minister. Let the minister defend himself. He's big enough. Yeah. He does find time for all kind of things. He does find time for all kind of things. To go and suck cocoa up in the country, to go and play marble pitch. Find time and answer this. Yeah? Does not the company that goes by the name A&D Distributors, does not it have an indebtedness as of Friday last to the government and people of Grenada of $2,269,366.51? Yeah? And outside of that, the corporate income tax and annual stamp tax alone, without the penalties and interest, is $567,181.36. And that on that money, the penalties and interest that are owed by A&D Distributors, and we know who owns, somebody put it in the chat, who owns A&D Distributors? Yeah? That's hotspot, isn't it? A&D Distributors is no hotspot? Right. The penalties and interests that are owed are $1,007,200,185.15. Don't forget the 15 cents is important to show that inside the, you understand? A little 10 cents and a 5 cents when they go in and pay and thing. Nice, right? Because anything to accept check, you might have to go with cash. Considering it's A&D, yeah, I feel government might be taking checks from that particular organization. So you might have to get that cash and go. All right? Yeah, or do some kind of transfer from the bank and them kind of thing. Remember, as well, this is the same individual that the NDC is telling you, get a loan for $600,000. Right? They're telling you, they're claiming that this person has gotten a loan for $600,000 under a loan program where if you are owing taxes to the government of Grenada, you are not supposed to get that loan. The MSME loan, which they are referring to, which they're speaking and they're putting out documents in December for, you are not supposed to qualify for a loan under that program if you are owing on your taxes. And I'm telling you that that company that got that loan under the NDC administration, NDC, National Democratic Congress, National Deacon Congress, yeah? That same organization, it must seem like National Deacon Congress right now, that same A&D owes the government, as of Friday last, $2,269,366.51. If I'm lying, you know what to do. Yeah? If I am lying, you all know what to do. And I guarantee you, if you take me to court, you'll end up paying my lawyers and damages. You will end up paying my lawyers and damages for wasting my time. Yeah? You want me to break it down for you? You want me to tell you how much you owe separately? Ting there? Okay. A&D Distributors on annual stamp tax. The penalties alone are $35,174.39 as of Friday last. The interest, which is going up, so it will be over this amount now, is $276,106.52. Yeah? So, the overall amount that they owe, including the $156,911.78, that is the actual stamp tax that they have not paid over the years, and that has grown over the years because they've not been paying it, and then the penalties are applied and the interest that I just mentioned are applied, is $468,192.69. That's what is owed, right? Well, it's a little more than that now, but that is what was owed as of Friday in relation to annual stamp tax with A&D distributors, the Minister of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation Company. Yeah? Corporate income tax. The penalties that they owe on corporate income tax alone are $462,359.43. The interest that they are owing, and that would be on the penalties and the principal amount, are $928,544.81. If anything I said is untrue, you know what to do. Yeah? So the overall that they are owing the government of Grenada, the Treasury of Grenada, in relation to corporate income tax for A&D distributors is $1,801,173.82. I'm making sure I'm putting the cents on them. I ain't leaving out the cents. I like sense. That's why I just talk with sense and we have sense. But realize all it does deal with nonsense, so we're making sure that when we put we sense in, we're using all we senses to ensure that the sense is inside here, right? Nice. So here's what. The total amount, you know, they went to Parliament last week, innit? Yeah. They went to Parliament last week. And when they went to Parliament, remember they passed the tax amnesty. So now you have a tax amnesty, which means that if you pay off the base amount, the amount that you actually owe, not the penalties and the interest, if you pay off fully the base amount, then you will be forgiven the penalties and the interest. And that goes for everybody, including the minister. And listen, I mean, we are all Grenadians. So as well as the minister could use it, it means that any of you that are owing, if you owe on your land tax and you have penalties and interest on that you can go in now and you could pay the actual land tax itself and they will give you the penalties and the interest off. And they can't go in there and they find this one is a NDC are giving them and that one is a NNP and they ain't giving them. Everybody at the gate. Right? So if you go in there and you are owing on your land, you have not paid your land tax over the last few years, now is the opportunity to go and pay it. And you already got the warning from the minister that he really want to hear nothing. No. When the end of the year is the 31st of December, if you ain't make use of this opportunity, they're going to start the process of seizing your property and all these things. They ain't making no joke. You say, glad to be the minister to deal with that. So they're looking to do that. So make sure that you have the opportunity now. You can go and you can pay. And I hope that the minister uses the opportunity to go and pay. Don't send your potong to talk about this one, you know. Don't send no potong. I keep telling you, don't send no potong. You talk. You come out and say and talk about it. Yeah, come out and talk. You say something. Open your mouth and talk about it. Don't hide behind no potong. The potong ain't big enough to hide you. Yeah. The worst thing is a Chihuahua-sized potong. And I said that Chihuahua-sized potong is sending to defend him. No, I don't send them. Tell me why he's saying is not true. Tell me that the minister does not have the ability now to save himself. Let me see. What's the amount that he would get off here? The penalties and interest. That's including corporate income tax and annual stamp tax. The penalties and interest combined on that he would end up not having to pay because of the tax amnesty are $1,702,185.15. Let me repeat the figure again that he's getting off. He must pay $567,181.36. He must pay that before the 31st of December. Remember, he get a loan for $600,000. According to them, he just get a loan for $600,000, right? So he has to pay $567,181.36 before the 31st of December. He must pay that to be able to get the $1,702,185.15 off. Yeah? He could get that $1,700,000 off in $1.7 million. All he has to do is pay just a little bit under how much? A little bit under 600,000. All you understand what's going on. I know all you smart, man. All you ain't stupid. Yeah, all you ain't stupid at all. All you smart people. Nice.
Awful thing when you lose your rightful thinking. So we voted for the bling. But you trick us with campaign promises. We would say.
Oh, you're asking where FIU? No, they have FIU being a political arm of the NDC right now. The FIU, and let's just say it as it is right now. All of the folks who were in the FIU before have been removed. And I'm speaking of people here that are internationally respected. And I'm not speaking just about Mr. Tafawa Pia. He wasn't in FIU for many years now. He hasn't been in FIU. But I'm speaking about the others who were in the FIU. Internationally respected. Yeah? They have all been shifted. Some of them have resigned, etc. and left because they see the craziness that's going on inside there. FIU is being used as the Stasi in East Germany. Yeah? That's what they're being used as. The KGB in the old Soviet Union. Right? Or what you call them? The SS. They had another one that they used to use during Hitler time. Yeah? That is what the FIU is being used as right now. Not to go over and find who is trying to launder money in Grenada. Not to go and find the drug lords that may be existing in Grenada and washing their money through legal means. Not to try and track down and prevent and inform people about all the scams that are taking place. That hundreds of thousands of dollars are leaving Grenada and ending up in Africa. In scammers' hands in places like Nigeria and Ghana and so on. No, they ain't focusing on that. They're focusing on purely political thing. And I don't care what nobody in FIU are saying because me ain't care, me ain't afraid none of all you. I'm telling all this straight right now, me ain't afraid none of all you. Right? So all you feel like afraid of a picture with a handcuff on? All you feel like afraid that all you call me in to ask me some questions or something? Somebody supposed to afraid all you? Who is all you? Within 5 years, if you all do anything wrong, you all will be made to account for it. Within 5 years. So me afraid all you. And nobody should be afraid of you all. You all should be doing your job. But instead of that, they're focusing all the time on going after political opponents of the National Democratic Congress. So if you want to know where FIU is, that is where it is. They're operating like if here, and listen, I have said something to somebody earlier today. And you know what it is? The people in North Korea still operating better than the NDC in Grenada. North Korea, at least they give you a trial. They bring you on TV, they have a trial, they have judges, you have a lawyer representing you. They don't just pull you out of your house in North Korea and shoot you and throw you in place. No, they have rules. They have rules. They don't just pull you out and they bring you out in the street and they shoot you and they throw you in a camp and think, no. I think a lot of people have a misconception. In North Korea, they have a trial. So no matter what it is you are accused of, even if just for show, they have a trial. You're brought before a court. You have judges. They ask you questions. You respond. You have a lawyer representing you. The state have the lawyer representing them. At the end of it, they might put you in front of firing squad or senator or work camp, but they give you a trial. Here in Grenada, the NDC want to give nobody trial and they just jail them. Jail them. So you telling me the North Koreans better than them? That is the state we reach at in Grenada right now. FIU is political. FIU is being used as a political. I make no apologies for it. None. I will never make any apologies for it. FIU is political. Do all you have to do, you know. Because nobody ain't afraid of you. Do all you have to do. But I'll tell all you. You all might end up costing the state. So go ahead. Go ahead. Dragging all kind of little people in. Bringing them in. Asking them all kind of stupid questions of a political nature. All you feel I know all you've been doing for the last couple of weeks? All the young people you all been dragging out of different ministries to ask them questions about this organization and that organization and who was paying them and all kind of thing. You all feel I don't know? You all feel I don't know what you all have said about me? You all feel I don't have any indication of what you all intend to do and are doing? And who you're going after? You all have no interest in going behind drug lords. You have no interest in going behind scammers. You have no interest in going behind fraudsters. Your only interest is going behind somebody because they are a member or associated with the new National Party. All the people who could work gone. All them people who could do the work in FIU, they're gone. They got out FIU and they make it into a nothing organization right now. It's a nothing organization. It's a political tool of the ruling party right now. And they cannot say that the new National Party used to jail people because they were supporters of the NDC. Name them. Who NNP used to jail because they were supporters of the NDC? Who do you used to send FIU behind because they were supporters of the NDC? The FIU used to deal with things like counterfeiting because it had a lot of counterfeit used to be circulating when you had the old type of money. Especially here in Grenada, there's a lot of counterfeit money that used to circulate and different things like that. There are a lot of scams that Grenadians have found themselves involved in unwittingly. Because somebody contact you on Facebook and they say, well, oh, they call you or they message you on WhatsApp, and not everybody has gotten to the stage that they understand you ain't win no money from Samsung. You ain't win no money from no company and this kind of thing. Yeah? So instead of FIU focusing on saving these people and them their money, they focusing on people who are political enemies or political opponents, because not everybody that is your opponent is your enemy, but political opponents of the ruling party. That is what they're being used for. They should disband the damn organization as far as I'm concerned. It's an embarrassment to the name of the Royal Grenada Police Force from the heights that the Financial Intelligence Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force was at, regionally and internationally. Right now, you need to take the whole organization and go and bury it up in Perseverance because it's total garbage. Who vex, I say what I say. If you don't like it, wear it.
This is not politics. Please don't forget, I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet, but have no fear. I'm gonna get
440-7377. Yeah, don't feel afraid to call. Call 440-7377.
to live up to your expectations.
Mommy George, good night to you, my dear.
Either are you into
Kia me?
I don't owe no one, no obligation.
Must come, let me embarrass some all you.
None, so everything is fine, fine. I said I am that I am, I am.
Continue to try to use FIU as your sword that you're using to go after political opponents. There will be a day of reckoning. It will come. And every day it's getting closer, not further. It ain't getting further. It ain't gone already. The day of reckoning is coming. So don't worry, go ahead. Continue all your nonsense.
Serious business. There is a time for everything. And for everything there is a season.
All you don't know my people, all you must, to learn who I is, go in Carriacou and find out about my family and them, they go tell all you. When you hear about a woman, they used to go, yeah, they go and ask about, Miss Duncan. Yes, go and ask about them. Go and ask about them. Yeah, then go in Springs and ask about them, Levine and them. Go and ask. Yeah, all you must ask. Find out about the kind of people that come all in Backstreet and Guava and thing. Then Williams, go and find out about me. Yeah, then all you go know. We have a caller on the line. Good night.
Hey, good night.
Hey, good night, brother. How are you?
My the latest, all you body good.
Lovely the birthday greetings, man. I will get that. I have days for that still, man. Oh, charman.
You must check out what about Miss Jacob? I'm hearing about them.
I don't have transport is the only reason I haven't reached by Miss Jacob yet.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't reached by Miss Jacob yet only because I don't have chance. I know Carl and KB and so did make a pass by her. And I will endeavor to make one probably over the weekend. Yeah, because I might be mobile by then, so I'll try to go and make a pass by her. If they allow me in.
Well, all right, then I'll listen.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. All right, brother. So if I'm here, there are legal means to deal with things, you know. Yeah, you don't have to try the kind of, we go in and we go sick FIU behind him, and we go this and we go that and so on. I ain't afraid of that. Listen, NDC had 11 seats, NNP had 4 between 2008 and 2013. I didn't afraid all you then. All you barely get 9. Barely. And if an election call now, all you ain't even sure on holding on to that 9. And I go afraid all you? Please. We have a caller. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm all right for the time being.
All right. You go right ahead. You're live.
I want to congratulate the political leader, opposition leader, who I heard his voice this morning, and you remember I was calling for him, and I thought that was very good. He gave a very good account of himself. He was able to answer the questions that was posed to him, and that's what we want. And he did admit that he will be on more regular. Mm-hmm. So just what I asked for, I'm seeing it. So I feel a little bit delight there that he would be on to deal with matters as they come up. Mm-hmm. That is what we want to see of the opposition. But I'm having a little problem with understanding some of the things you're saying there. Mm-hmm. How come a man owing that amount of tax and the state apparatus allow that man to go free, go out without no penalty, without nothing is done about it? Well, something have to be wrong.
And let me say this, for clarity. There are several businesses in Grenada. His business is not the only business that owing on tax. There are several businesses that are owing on taxes in Grenada. But according to the admittance of the NDC and one of the potongs they have on a program, he got $600,000 under the NDC administration under a loan program that does not allow people who are owing taxes to get a loan.
Right. Under the NMP got that?
No. I'm saying, according to their words, and I'm not talking about the 2 million now, we're talking about the 600,000 that they claim that is what he get. That was, right? He received that under a program, the MSME program, Medium and Small Enterprise program there, right?
Yeah.
Now, under that program, a person who is owing taxes to the government of Grenada ought not to qualify for a loan. A business that is owing taxes, they're owing back taxes to the government of Grenada, ought not to qualify, right? And this is an individual who is owing $2,269,366.51.
Well, that is what happened with puzzle to you. But how you owing all that and you still get a loan? Something had to be wrong.
But they have to answer for that, but they're only sending out a set of people, emissaries. Nobody want to hear them talk on that.
Something not clicking properly there. Because you owing $2 million or close to $1 million and you still I could understand you in sympathy with somebody, but how you could in sympathy with somebody at owing that amount?
Mm-hmm. Yes, my brother. All right.
I'm really concerned.
All right. No problem, my brother. Thank you so very much for your call. Feel free to call back again.
Oh, cool.
All right. And folks, hey, I want 100 likes on the YouTube. I want 100 likes at least on the Facebook. So we're looking for 100 likes on YouTube. We're looking for 100 likes on Facebook. If you have not liked yet, like. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube page yet, subscribe. Make sure and do that now. All right? Yeah, and again, Hannah, the board wasn't even authorized because the board has not been gazetted. And I see the latest edition of the government gazette that came out Friday. The GDP board of directors is still not gazetted. It's not in there. I see which minister replaced which minister, who travel and all kind of thing. I see all of that in the gazette. I still have not seen the board of directors as mandated by the Grenada Development Bank Act. I have not seen the board of directors of that organization be properly constituted by being gazetted. It has not taken place. Yet still, they are out there giving loans. Yeah? And you know what? While to an extent I blame the directors, I blame the minister. Because he's a lawyer. The chairperson of the board is a lawyer too. But the minister at the point in time, which was the Prime Minister, Mr. Deacon Amis Mitchell, he was the Minister of Finance under whose watch that board was put together to work. Yeah? Because according to Ms. Andrea St. Bernard, she's been chairperson of that board since August 2022. It's not the New National Party was there and put her in place. So when people showing documents from 2022 talking about loan, while I showing documents from 2023, my documents are from 2023, last month, in fact, March. Their documents are from 2022, December. Right? So it means that if a person get a loan in December, it can't be a loan that was authorized during the New National Party time. Especially when you came out and say that the New National Party mentioned it in the budget speech in 2021 for 2022, but didn't put things in place. You come and you put things in place. So how could the New National Party have been responsible for distributing that loan? Yeah? So even forgetting the 2 million, which I'm not forgetting, even forgetting the 2 million, the 600,000 is still wrong. It's still wrong. We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott, and how are you?
I'm fine as well.
Okay.
All right.
Do you know this guys in FIU name? Do you know them personally?
The guys who are in FIU? Yes,
Yeah.
I know several of them. I don't feel to call the names on here tonight, but I know several of the names.
Okay, well, I'm going to message you and give me their names.
All right, no
Because,
problem.
you see, apparently people are afraid of people in life, in this life, in this time. You can't be afraid of your brothers and your sisters. They might be bigger than you in body. No, you laugh. No.
No. I laugh in agreement. I ain't laughing. I ain't understand what you say or I ain't believe. I laugh in agreement.
Because you see some of them guys, you talk to them and you wonder if they have understanding, if they have knowledge of what they do, how they do, when they do, to who they do. We are all Grenadians. And we have a right to do and to say what we feel is right in the right context.
Yes, we do.
Not because you're wearing a jacket and tie. I wear that once, maybe twice. I don't wear that. I don't have time for that. That's colonialism. I ain't wearing them things them day. And no man that ain't born yet and the parents that are ready can't face me and tell me not. Anything that I say that is not the truth, take me to court. Have a good one.
All right, thank you very much, my brother. The caller say, watch caller, my computer stick. Was it? The caller said the dead are ready and the parents ain't even born yet. I didn't say some kind of thing on this program. My goodness. Let me play a little something here while I sort on the computer.
Let's go.
So folks, let's get it up to 100. 100 likes on YouTube, 100 likes on Facebook. And share the thing as well,
Oh no, and if you take it out of context, it's your damn business when you get vexed. They say I only sings when the Congress in power. That may as well be the case. He doesn't change the price of rice and sugar. And then we get them back on its foodie. Hell no way.
And now it's 8 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. Again, the phone lines are open, 440-7377. And to our good friends out there in North America, 347-329-3101.
They're making preparation, even though they don't have in convention. So forget NNP and govern the place. Cause too much tears run down people's face.
You know, as I hear that part of the song there, one of the strangest things is I find NDC people are more involved in NNP business. They ain't studying what's going on with their people and thing, you know. They only, NNP ain't having convention, NNP this, NNP that, NNP the other. I wonder if they card carrying due paying members of the... Alan, I wonder if they like us, but if they card carrying due paying members of the NNP, they registered as members of the New National Party, they belong to constituency branch groups. All the people who've been pushing all the talk about NNP this and NNP that. It's not NNPites, you know. Yes, you have one or two NNPites that end up falling for their stories and coming with it, but it's not NNPites. It's a bunch of NDC out there trying to tell you how to run your political organization, a political organization that before the last election beat them 15-0 twice in a row. So it passed the stage of political organization right now. It's a political institution here in Grenada. So when I hear some people talking about NNP taking the time to rebuild, NNP ain't rebuilding because it wasn't broken. It is reorganizing. Yeah? So it's in, NNP rebuilding. NNP ain't no rebuilding. It had nothing to rebuild because you were not broken. Yeah? So there's a reorganization of the organization taking place. But yeah, a bunch of them in the NDC every minute, NNP this and NNP that, and some NNP people taking it and run with it. What do all you? Are you taking NDC advice on how to win elections? They barely scrape through. They barely scrape through. Yeah? Barely. They scrape through. And you go take advice from them? If they're bad, beat us 15-0 now. You taking advice from them? We have a caller online.
Good night, Sheldon. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm just there, just chilling. You know, it was pretty amazing today. You know, it's like when Doc was on air on GBN, and there was a mysterious call. When I say mysterious, you know, it's like, why it was that one person that really get through and nobody else didn't get through?
Well, what I'd say is this, again, I said it before last night on the program. I said I'm blaming NNPites if they don't get through because they are supposed to pick up the phone and call. So don't vex when the NDC get through,
Shalon.
Yeah.
Shalon. Was the person being, did the person call or they were being called?
No, they called. They called.
Really?
They called. They called.
To be honest with you, I'll still my conscience because it can be just that one fortunate. It's still the person who like to investigate. They should really investigate that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I still, my heart is telling me deeply no. Anyhow, it is a question, you know. It is a question. Have a good night, boss.
Yes, brother. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, that person, if I was them right now, I'd ashamed that I called because you get embarrassed. If you're calling to talk about loan, I don't know the difference between a loan and a grant. And then you're calling to talk about somebody else's business. It's not you take no loan from the GDB. Hush your mouth. That is not your business. It's not you take it. Yeah? If you want to call on the member to come out and tell the people, that is one thing. But you can't talk on their behalf. You're fast. You're out of place. You're rude. You're disrespectful. Yeah? You can't come and talk on their behalf. They have a mouth. I mean, sometimes they're talking, you understand? But still, they have a mouth. They could talk for themselves. Let them talk for themselves. Let them explain it for themselves. Stop trying to shield and hide and block. So, you feel we don't know them tactics, sir? Yeah? Shield and hide and block. Right, we get it up to the 100 on both the YouTube and the Facebook. Thank you so very much. Yeah, we get donations when you make sure you get it up to the 100. We will get a donation. All right, and some of you, please remember, we have the donation tab there. Those of you, whether it's $5, whether it's $10 or $50 or $100, whatever you can give, make that donation. All right, nice. We have a caller on the WhatsApp. Let me see the WhatsApp taking kind of slow, boy. Yeah, WhatsApp, what going on with you? Nice. I think we are the WhatsApp now. Hello, good night.
Hey, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good night.
Go right ahead. You're live.
Okay, man. I'm okay. Hey, Brother Sheldon, you have a government governing. They know how to govern. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Drivers, they don't know how to stay the wheel. Bus conductors don't know how to open the door for passengers to come in. Will you take advice from them? They don't take advice. They can't get advice to the own people. Leader can lead.
Mm-hmm.
Children do what they want. I know they're saying there are some people they want to correct people's children, but they can't correct children when they do when they know what's wrong. Like the children correcting daddy. Daddy had to abide what the children said. Like when you put the cart hauling the house. I care within there because what is still happening? This government they don't have a policy. What they want to do, how they want to govern. Like, like when you go and sleep at night time and get up with something and think of something, you go and say, well, you think about that and you go ahead and do that. But when you look at the policies of NMP in government, you can see the clear policy, where they want to go, where they want to take the country. But presently, this government, they don't have where they want to take the country. They vai. Alright? So I want to say again to the Grenadian people, we have to stay focused. Stay on the issue, and the issue is bread and butter, not old tax. Alright? Old tax, they give them they bribe the people with a little old tax. And when I look at what the government is doing, a payback. You do that for me to help me win, I pay you back what you do for me. If you pay back what you do, and that's exactly what this government is doing. It's a payback. You help me to win the election, so I pay you back for what you did for me. And that's what they want to run country. Brother Sheldon, I want to say to the Ghanaian people, stay focused and let us stick on the issue. Let's stick on the issue. I want to congratulate the committee for a job well done this morning to the point. I'll watch tuning late. Alright, only one caller I heard a call of Mr. Forrester.
Yeah,
But
somebody called and they didn't get through, and then he called and he get through. Better he didn't get through because the embarrassment he get here. I mean, he gets schooled by.
I always say to people, if you are nothing to, if you don't know why you want to take out something, I don't know exactly why you want to contact. You can't defend what you're saying or show out. Like we talk, open and talk, like make it worse than if you keep it watch out. So we should have a blessed night.
All right, thank you very much, caller. And folks, that's a caller on the WhatsApp. Yes, the WhatsApp walk in. Or you can call the thing. Nice. 4407377. You can call us on the WhatsApp or direct on that number. And you can also call us. Yes, on 347-329-3101 if you're out there in North America. Remember to like and share the live. Well, you like up the thing. Share the thing. That's what they don't like, you know. They realize we on YouTube. Yeah. So they jump on YouTube too. They look up patong. They jump on YouTube too. When somebody said this morning, they go in the Guinness Book of World Records for begging. All you do I like shit, but in fact, watch all you. Let me see what going on in Grenville. Yeah, let me see what going on in
look at Grenville, how nice Grenville looking this morning. Look, seaweed. All stretch go down to Subies down there. Look how pretty looking go all the way down there. Seaweed, yes. Seaweed this early morning all over there. Wow.
Yeah, all right? Yeah, we're saying it as it is. But remember, let me see if we could find what the Prime Minister had to say when he was looking to get into office and thing. Let me see if we could find what he had to say about the Wawet there. Let me see what he had to say about the Wawet. No, he ain't gonna say Wawet. He ain't know about them kind of word and them. Alright, so let me see what he had to say in relation to that particular issue. Yeah, let me see if we could pull that up and them kind of thing.
And so we intend, first of all, to capture the Sargassum before it gets to shore. We intend to research, bring into Grenada nets that we can run along the coastline so that we can capture the Sargassum before it gets to shore. We can then bring it ashore. We can then store it appropriately, conduct the necessary research on it, and use the findings from the research to create products that would be useful for us. And let me make it clear, there are already other islands within the OECS that has been exporting the Sargassum to European countries.
Yeah, so remember, let's see, I think there's a call on the line. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Sheldon. Good night, Talking Point School. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, man.
Yeah. You know, easy, Sheldon. You're good, isn't it?
What do again?
Yeah, once again, they've been proven out in FDR. They're not doing a job and they're just traveling again. So right now, they're going to Dubai. Lo and behold, I hope you don't hear that Glen Lake sell.
Well, you might just hear it after the fact.
Hey?
You might just hear it after the fact. That it's sold already and you might just hear an announcement. Well, we sold Glen Lake and so on. You let it feel it so.
Right. Let me tell you this, what I gather from the little pit bull and everybody are talking.
But what pitbull like potong boy? Pitbull is hybrid dog. It spend a lot of money for it. That pitbull, that is potong chihuahua potong. That what that is.
Sheldon, Dr. Mitchell, election was June, right? And people had no convention, and MP was quiet. Dr. Mitchell didn't say nothing. They making all kind of. Where Dr. Mitchell? How come he ain't talking? The man come and interview. Why Dr. Mitchell ain't shut up? The man on GBN, why he ain't shut up? The man giving all the facts, he lying. But Grenadians, not NMP that in power, Deacon Mitchell and the gang are in power. Why you all so angry? Why they so angry, Sheldon? NDC that is in office. All in office going on 10 months now, all they going on and do all the bingo, all they have another year, all they have another celebration, enjoy it now.
Well, right.
Enjoy
Boy, do advertise them people thing here. What does do all the man? Learn thing now. Do advertise them people thing here. Don't call that. We know about it.
But you know, what I'm saying, my point is, everybody in the country see what happening. It's just that some playing and seeing and some seeing and then watching. But all I'm saying is that all I do know, good people will always have good people following them, and bad people will always have bad people following them. That honorable minister in the south, brother, clear your path and clear away and make it right with God. Have a good night, Lord.
All right, my brother. 4407-377. I wonder what the Prime Minister had to say about that. I wonder if he dare to go and
Where have you been since 2014 for you to not smell the stench that comes from the Sargassum that the people of Soubise and Marquis have to live with day in, day out? Where have you been to not know that the fishermen of Soubise and Marquis have to walk through the Sargassum every day to get onto and off their boats with their fish? Where have you been to not know that the Sargassum is damaging the engines of the boats? Where have you been to not know that the Sargassum is creating skin rashes to our fishermen and the people who go on the beach and have to wade through the Sargassum?
yeah, Dubai. You know, it's a calypso that I tried to say Dubai. Dubai. Yeah, that's what it is. They ain't around to go and smell them thing and them. The nets probably get lost. But as I told you all last night, remember that there was supposed to be things here to deal with that problem. Because remember, this article, I'm showing you the article. Remember the article. It's not article, you understand? Wee papa. And I now go to ask Winston with the wife and I finally give me up. I understand what do to all, yeah. Yeah. Look at that. I mean, that is what was expected. We know this government accustomed to losing things. We know they does lose things, so we don't know if they lose that money too. We don't know that money maybe lose because we know they does lose things. We have a oops, we lost that caller. 4407-377. Caller, you can call back. Yeah, just a little too slow on the draw. All right, yeah. I mean, look, the article is there. You can read it. It says, for those of you that are listening otherwise, the new National Party government of Prime Minister Keith Mitchell is expecting a grant of $1 million. So you're seeing it there. You understand? You're seeing it there. Nice.
This is not politics. Please don't forget, I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet, but have no fear. I'm gonna get there. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectation. Neither are you in to live up to mine.
Yeah, so we know them fellas and them accustomed losing thing. They will leave up the article a little bit, you know. Yeah. So it says the ruling new National Party government of Prime Minister Keith Mitchell, not Deacon Mitchell, is expecting a grant of US $1 million worth of equipment from the Japanese government, which will allow for better management of the scourge of the brown Sargassum seaweed. We just call it wowet, right? Which has been littering the beaches along the eastern and northern corridors of the island, since 2014. This was disclosed by Simon Steele, who holds the post of Minister for Climate Resilience and the Environment in the administration. Now, we all know Simon Steele is now in charge of climate change for the United Nations. You see, they recognize what Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and the New National Party recognize. Simon is a brilliant individual. That is why we had him in charge of climate change for Grenada. Now he's in charge of climate change for the world. All right? So tell us, I wonder if the minister MIT could come out and tell us, or one of them could come out and tell us, what has happened to that $1 million grant? I say we know, and it's a grant, It's a grant, it's not a loan. The Japanese were not lending us. The Japanese were giving us a grant under Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell's administration. So what has happened to that money right now? Where that money go? And they lose that too? They will come and blame us for it? They lose that too? Because we know they're losing all kind of thing until they're losing their mind and all, So we know they're losing all kind of thing. They're losing money for West Coast, they're losing money for East Coast, they're losing all kind of money, and then they're losing their mind too. And when the time comes, they're going to lose the election. So we know what's going on with them. 44073. 4407377. That's the number to call and get on to the inside.
This is not politics. Please don't forget. I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet, but have no fear. I'm gonna get there. I'm not in this world to live up to your
because I talked about the FIU earlier because I'm seriously concerned about the state of affairs in the Royal Grenada Police Force. I'm seriously concerned about what is taking place in the Royal Grenada Police Force. And I'll tell you why I'm concerned. Because we're seeing all kind of weird things happening inside there. You had an individual who was the Deputy Commissioner of Police that was demoted down to the substantive position of Superintendent of Police and put in charge of the training school. Yeah, that's what I mean by Mr. Tafawa Pierre. We see down to the Chinese government honoring this man. This is not an award that thousands of people and millions of people around the world get, If 100 people get the award that Mr. Tafawa Pierre was given by the Chinese government, not the Chinese embassy here alone, no. The government of China, is a special award that they gave to him. Yet still, in the Royal Grenada Police Force, he is demoted. Yet still, other people are promoted. I wonder if you could remember if the name that is about to come up here in this little thing, and this dates back to when? I think this is from 2021, August 2021, is it? Yeah, it might be from August 2021 or so. Let's see if the name that comes up in what I'm about to play here, let's see if that name is one of the names that wasn't demoted, but that was promoted. Let's see if that is one.
There have been a number of issues also in the media surrounding the RGPF. And I want to state here that the issue relating to the voice note that went viral on social media. Of course, we had Superintendent Kerwin, who the voice note purported to be, having a response in various platforms of the media, indicating his response to the voice note. Notwithstanding his response, I want to assure you that this matter is currently under investigation, under active investigation at this point in time. There has been another issue viral in social media involving an incident at Victoria purporting to have a senior officer involved. This matter is also under investigation.
I wonder if any of the individuals who were involved in that have been promoted recently. And in fact, I see one individual promoted recently, and they were promoted retroactively as of about 3 days after the general election. I know it's not the New National Party that would promote them, but retroactively, as of 3 days after the general election, I see another individual promoted, and they were promoted to September of last year. Meanwhile, other officers who are still in acting position, this is what's going on in the Royal Grenada Police Force in Peaceful Grenada, right? Other officers who are in acting positions since September of last year, without any explanation, have had the acting allowance removed. So if you're acting as an inspector, you're getting paid at the rank below because you're not getting your acting allowance, yeah? You're not getting your acting allowance. So that has been removed since September of last year. And we're not talking about 1, 2, and 3 officers here. You know, it's a pile of them all over the island from Petit Martinique down to Point Saline. And in addition to that happening to them, where these people ought to have been confirmed in the position, what we are hearing right now, and I have no reason to doubt the individuals that I'm hearing this from, is that before some people could be appointed to a position, you have people going around asking in the communities who they support. You think officer so-and-so, yeah, he's an acting inspector right now, he's an acting superintendent right now. You think he support, which side he support? He does talk for NNP or he does talk for NDC? Which side? That kind of investigation going on right now. Before people who have spent years in the police service, have been given the acting position just to confirm them in the position, all of a sudden now is a problem. Well, at least now they have been able to find the Ernst & Young report and present to them in relation to pay and grade. But then you have officers, I know, probably the one with the voice note. Yeah, you have officers now telling the other officers, take the government offer, the government offer that they're offering them right now in relation to the percentages. Yeah, take the 13% offer over the 3 years. Take it, take it, take it. Yeah, forget fringe benefits and them kind of thing. Go take the offer and then go after pay and grade and that kind of thing. I don't know if it's ACP. Is ACP now, you know? Yeah, it was super now it's ACP. ACP Cohen, I don't know if you was one of the people that was encouraging officers right now to forget their fringe benefits and to just take the 13% and so. I don't know. Is it possible that you could be one of the people that was talking and encouraging officers to do that? Yeah, because we never know what happened to the voice note kind of thing. I hear nothing about that again. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside.
This is not... Please don't forget, I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified.
And we have a call on the line. Hello, good night. Hello.
Yes, good evening, brother.
Hey, good evening.
How are you?
I'm quite fine. How are you doing?
Well, good. The thing working all right. Yes, I enjoying the show. I'm really enjoying it. Amen.
All right.
Yeah, yes, Brother Sheldon. To be honest with you, this morning's program with Dr. Mitchell was refreshing. And I'm not saying, I'm not bashing any of our supporters and other persons who thought that they should have heard Dr. Mitchell before, or they're not hearing him enough. All right, because the informations that we are getting from yourself and Master Carl and Andre Donald, well, the FM, real FM family, they are authentic. And if you notice, as you said tonight, that none of them. You have put out the call out there, calling for them to challenge you or challenge the information that we are putting out, and none of them till now could do such. The most embarrassing thing for me, for us for this week, was that PR guy that came on and asked, pretend that he had the information, and tried to challenge Dr. Mitchell. He should have been ashamed of himself, knowing that Dr. Mitchell is the one that, the only prime minister, and the only person who in Grenada, in the politics, he could have walked right close to him because he had truth. In those days when he was the PRO for the New National Party, he had been handling truth. Today, what he's handling, I don't know, because he cannot defend anything that is truthful, So he should have been ashamed of himself to come on the radio and asking Dr. Mitchell those questions. He don't know that Dr. Mitchell would have answered those questions without even a document, without referring to a page of paper. No, because you see, when you're speaking truth, You don't need no leaflet or no document. You see? The other thing is that I'm very, very shameful about too for our nation's authority, our prime minister and his cabinet and his government would have been staging a grand bingo, and I'm not promoting it. I'm not advertising for them, but I'm just saying it for what it is. That, you know, the 1 year in office, right? They could have had a retreat. I mean, that's their business. But to me, I believe that if people are looking for examples and a match, you better take NNP folks for the match or for an example. We would have had, you know, call the religious leaders and have a time of prayer, you know, and then maybe a retreat or something just casual, you know. But they're having this big gamble, this big bingo, you know. Folks, sorry, but you know, I don't believe that we should be celebrating, you know, a victory of 1 year in a bingo, you know. But nonetheless, let's keep it going, brother. Let's keep it going. I'm very proud of my organization. I would stand close to them and continue lifting them up in prayer and making sure that we do the right thing at all times. Get ready, supporters. Make sure you are registered. Yes, make sure you are registered. Don't be afraid. That's your fundamental right to register yourself and get ready. Get ready. Victory is coming soon. Right? Thank you, brother.
No problem, Pastor. You have a wonderful one.
All right.
Okay. 440737. That's the number for you to get onto the inside. Yes, indeed. Let me see. I had to find. I know what the guy did. You understand? Yeah. You know what? I want to play something there. I just is no, don't worry. It's nothing like that. Yeah. I just want to play something there. For my good friends in the Royal Grenada Police Force, because I know they're going through a kind of hard time. So let me see. I know they have a thing going on. They didn't ask me to play it, you know. I see it, I take it, and I decide I'm playing it for myself. So let me play something for the Royal Grenada Police Force there.
Treat mom this Mother's Day to a special concert as the Royal Grenada Police Force Band presents Mother's Night Out. Mother's Night Out celebrity concert at the Grenada Trade Center, featuring live from St. Vincent, Alston Beckett Cyrus.
You ain't nothing but a teaser.
Alston Beckett Cyrus, Beckett and Judy Boucher.
She's on my pillow, pain in my heart. You are my
Judy Boucher live, also featuring Dash and Friends. Raymond Matthew the Beast, Randy Isaac, Tamara Songbird, Samantha Dixon, Gregory McLean, Joel Hafford, and Paul Alexander. Hosted by Fatman George. Admission $75. It's Mother's Night Out, the celebrity concert. Showtime 6 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center. Treat mom this Mother's Day. Stay tuned for more details. Treat mom.
Yeah, play that one for the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. I know Alain asked me to play all the thing, but I just decide that I'm playing it. Yeah? Because I know they're going through a hard time inside there. Yeah? Because, listen, we have a situation right now where the Royal Grenada Police Force, you have about what? Roughly about 2,000, sometimes it does be a little under that, might be about 1,900, 1,800 members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. And already you have 300 looking to leave because of the nonsense that they see going on within there. You have 300 looking to go. They decide they had enough of that. They ain't take it. They go in. They want to be there. They go in. They're coming out of it. Yeah? They're looking to leave. They're looking to go. They say they've had enough. Yeah? Because who you have acting and you refuse to give them the full appointment and that kind of thing, you take the thing from, I mean, come on, man. And then it's the kind of treatment that officers getting as well. That certain people could feel they could catch them driving, breaking the rules and so on. They just fling their hand at the police officer and they drive off. It's like, who is you? And just drive off on the police officers and do that kind of thing. Yeah? Let me tell you all. When I got into Parliament many years ago, I was going upstairs to the Prime Minister's office, another level. You're going upstairs to go to the Prime Minister's office. And the police officer on duty, he stopped me. I was a sitting parliamentarian. I was the parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Sport. And I was going upstairs. And the police officer was at the desk. He stopped me. He said, sir, no, you can't just go upstairs like that. You have to stop and sign. So, you think what I do, the officer, and say, what? You know who I is? Who you feel I is? Yeah, I Senator Scott. You know, no. You know what I do? I take my pen and I sign and I go upstairs. No, because it's obvious. I can't blame the officer for not knowing me. It's not like the officer was being rude or he was doing that for spite or so. The officer didn't know who I was. So you can't be rude to the man and just decide, well, he don't know who I is up to now. Me and that man is good friend. You understand? Because afterwards when I came back down, he said, oh God, Senator Scott, I didn't know it's you. And so I said, no, forget that, man. That's not your problem. You understand? You didn't know, you didn't know. You understand? Some people would say if he's there, he's supposed to know. Not everybody is at the same level. So he would not have known. He knew afterwards, but he didn't know. Right? So he stopped me. He said, where going? You can't go upstairs there. You have to sign. I stop. I take my pen. I sign my name. I go in up to Prime Minister's office. I put the time and I go upstairs. Another time, my vehicle was being parked. Some officers came out. Was going to a function. A government function, different ministers there and so. My vehicle was parking and the officers came and say, you can't park here. Here is for the VIPs only. You can't park here. You have to park somewhere else. Driver take the vehicle. We go. We park up by the bush. And then we come back up. I make no argument. I ain't say you don't know who I is. You don't know who you're talking to. And that kind of thing. No police officer could go and say I was ever disrespectful to them. Yeah? Because my simple thing is, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Somebody might tell you afterwards. Afterwards, apparently one of the senior officers came to the officer and said, no, that's Senator Scott car. Then they went to tell the driver could bring it. Say, no, well, we park already and thing, man. And others may come, so they're going to need the space. No problem. But in this administration, you have police officers stopping vehicles that belong to certain government ministers and they flinging their hand at them. But who you think you're talking to about seatbelt? Fling their hand at them and they're going about their business. That kind of thing is what's taking place. That is what men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force are going through. So many of them have decided, hey, I had enough. I need to stay here and take this. So they're going. You have senior officers. Many senior officers that have decided, no, that is it. I ain't going through no more. I'm not staying, yes. And I'm not talking about people that have gotten to 60 and things. You know, some of these people in their 40s. But they've made enough years that they could take early retirement. So they've decided, some of them in the 50s. So you have over 300 officers now. At the beginning, I heard 100. Then the figure went up to 2. Now the figure has gone up to 3. Out of our police force, there is just about 1,900, under 2,000, just about 1,900 people. And you know, each of these people that are going, they have done in many instances specialist training. So you have people who have done specialist training in firefighting. You have some who have done specialist training in communications and anti-terrorism tactics and so. So you have different people that have done specialist training. In different countries, they've done it in China and Barbados and all of them have done different things. And people in the maritime unit who have done special training, and these people have decided, hey, I've had enough, I'm going. And that is all based on the attitude of the present administration towards the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force. The same ones that they promise. We go sort out the pay and grade. All you're voting first, make sure and vote for us. All you're voting first. So all you are the first bite of the cherry, make sure and vote for us. Because we go deal with this for all you. and we go deal with that for you and so on. These are the same people that came to them and told them that. Let me see. Let me see if I could pull up this one here for you all. Yeah, let me see if we could talk about pay and grade. Let me hear what they had to say.
Men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force who put their lives at risk. We know that since 1995, there has been no pay and salary grade adjustment for you. That is 22 years ago. No adjustment to your pay and salary scale. And I therefore assure you that the National Democratic Congress will address that issue.
Yeah. So you hear them talking about, the police, they promise them police, all kind of thing. Yeah? And instead of that right now, the treatment that the men and women in the Royal Grenada Police Force getting, the treatment that they're getting right now, one of our good friends just messaged me. Don't worry, my dear. I was wondering where you were. All right. Yes, indeed. Whoa, so me na man happy, but boss man, me and you had to talk off the air. Yeah, we had to talk off the air and thing. I supposed to get a call since last night. I gotta get a call tonight. Yes, indeed. And then remember that the same Prime Minister too, right? Well, what I seen here, one officer say that the force gone past the dogs, then gone to the dogs, it gone past the dogs. What means I set up potong chihuahua? We have a call online. Good night.
Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you play the tape with the Commissioner of Police speaking on Mr. Cohen issue and give us some explanation on that, please?
Well, I can't get explanation. No, all I could say is that is what the commissioner said at the point in time.
No, because there was some talk on this thing, and I remember the commissioner said that the matter was dealt with in-house.
Well, I don't have that one. I didn't hear that one.
So, but he did say at a meeting,
when and where?
That the matter was dealt with in-house. When he was questioned about the matter, he said it was dealt with in-house. In other words, the police deal with that behind closed doors.
But if you announce that an investigation is taking place publicly, ought you not to have made the report publicly of the outcome of the investigation?
But he never gave the result. All he said it was dealt with in-house.
Okay.
So we never know what the result is. All we know that the gentleman has been promoted.
Yeah. All right, my brother. Good. Okay, so you want me to play that again? Let me just get that. Yeah, let me play the thing. I'll play it again.
There have been a number of issues also in the media surrounding the RGPF, and I want to state here that the issue relating to the voice note that went viral on social media. Of course, we had Superintendent Kerwin, who the voice note purported to be, having a response in various platforms of the media indicating his response to the voice note. Notwithstanding his response, I want to assure you that this matter is currently under investigation, under active investigation at this point in time. There has been another issue viral in social media involving an incident at Victoria purporting to have a senior officer involved. This matter is also under investigation.
Yeah, so I don't know since when he does promote men that was under investigation, and so I know I end up coming out of the investigation and thing. I know I end up coming out at that. You understand? But I thought it necessary for me to mention what has been going on with the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force tonight. Sometimes they may think that I forget about them. No, in the same way I ain't forgetting about what went on the Port Authority, that caused a young lady to end up losing she job, and then they had to take her back, and you had strike and thing going on the port because she was the one that had to take the fall for all the goods that was disappearing on the port and ending up in certain places. We hear on the Carenage and elsewhere. So we hear about the young lady and we never hear the names of the individuals. We never hear any investigation. We never hear anything about the individuals who were involved in taking the stuff off of the port. Yeah, but we hear investigation into the lady. Like if she was doing something, like if she was going and take truck and drive off for herself. Yeah, she was taking truck and split peas, flour, and we know what a white thing might have been between it. Like she was going and take it off. So no, we ain't forget that. And in the same way, we ain't forget the police officers and what you all are going through. Yeah, we have not forgotten you all. All right? And I'll continue to advocate for you all to be treated right. This kind of nonsense that's taking place, they can't be allowed to continue. So somebody just messaged me there, yeah, that is what's taking place. Is it true that the wife of the present Minister of Education is now the Human Resource Manager at the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Center? Well, I heard that a set of people who have gotten to the age of 60 and are working at that facility have been sent home. Meanwhile, other people who are over 60, including one who is 63, has been hired. So maybe the minister could answer for your wife and tell us if that is what's going on. Because we're hearing now, yeah? Let me see who has gone home there. General manager. Let me see. No, not the general manager ain't gone home. Right? The two cleaners gone home and thing. Yeah. That is what I'm seeing. I hear it now. That's how people are being sent home from the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Center. People are being sent home. Right? So you have some people that are 60 and therefore they've reached retirement age and they are being sent home. But while they are being sent home, other people older than them are being hired. I've heard of another situation in a school in the south of the island where a similar situation has taken place. That an individual who has taken 60 was sent home, while another who is 63, incidentally, the same age again, has been taken to work. And the one who has been taken at the age of 63 can't do the job. They're incapable of doing the job. But the one who was 60 was sent home and older people. So if you're sending home based on age, how you could be sending home people that are 60 and then taking people that are 63, 64, 65? If you're sending home based on age, if you're sending home based on political allegiance, because we're hearing that some of these people that are being hired are family members of sitting government ministers. Mr. Andy Williams, you know of any situation like that? That somebody who was 60 was sent home from a school in the south of the island and someone who is a family member of yours was hired and they're older than the person that was sent home and the person who was sent home was based on age? Because if it ain't based on age, it had to be based on politics. Yeah, it can't be based on competence because the person who was hired can't do the job. Yeah? No, you all have to know what's taking place. You all have to know what is taking place. These are some of the things that are taking place. So right now we are hearing and we are asking if this is so, that the wife of the Minister of Education, Mr. David Andrew, is now the Human Resource Manager at the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Center. Yeah? Is that so? If it is so, we want to know. Yeah, don't try and hide it and all kind of thing. We want to know you get wife at work. Because that probably pass in cabinet and you sit down in cabinet and the passer, you ain't recuse yourself or anything. You sit down in cabinet, they give wife a job. That is what take place there. Huh? No, I want to know. Mr. David Andrew, the defeated candidate of the NDC in St. Andrews Southeast. And if you go again, you'll be getting more licks. Not the same amount of licks. We intend to give you a lot more licks this time around. So if you want to come back and take more licks, it's up to you. Wear double pants because you go get real blows. Right? Yes, sometimes, you know, back in the days when you go into school, you put on 2 pants because, you know, you know, licks going on past that, eh? Yeah, when you hear election call again, put on 5 pants and put on 5 shirts because real licks going on. Be beat you like a Good Friday boboli, okay? And then let me see here. Yeah. Wow, and then you have people 62 years old. There's another individual. Yeah, so you have people that are being sent home due to their age and people older than them being hired. So how it could be that you're sending them home due to their age and you're hiring people that are older than them. Does that make sense to you? Because it ain't making sense to me. Yeah? That ain't making sense at all. Right? So, we have the information here being said, and I'm asking if it is true. If all you know, tell me now. If all you know, tell me if it's true or if I get bad info. You understand? This one ain't come from my envelope. I'm looking for the other envelope. I hear it have an envelope on the way, but it ain't reached yet. So right now, they go put camera, all kind of thing. They might send a little drive by every now and again to look for the envelope. Nice? Right. So what we hearing there now is that the human resource manager at the Grand Baccalaureate Juvenile Health Center is the wife of the Minister of Education. Recently appointed wife of the Minister of Education, Mr. David Andrew. If that is so, we want to know. So you see, that I tell you, right now the gene pool of the NDC is very small. That's why you could have Ms. Andrea St. Bernard left, right, center, and otherwise you have Mr. Orlando Romain all over the place. You have all of them because it's just one or two and close family members. Meanwhile, the people who campaign all out there for NDC, them ain't getting nothing. We have a call on the line. Good night. Hello? Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Hello, good night. Yeah, go ahead,
Good
my
night.
dear. I clicked the wrong button.
Well, yeah, I'm laughing here, you know, like, I see the company of the M&A Associate, the Carmichael Associate. There's a family thing I go down there, family thing.
Well, girl.
Hey, well, that was discussed behind closed doors before they win election. Like when they win election, I can't make promises they make to each other. I go help you with that, and you go help me with that, and so on, you know. I go on there.
But I can't understand how you could be sending home people based on age and then hiring people older than them.
But we know that is a lie. They send on people because they feel well they was wearing a green jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fact. And I could tell them I'm using the same thing against them, and it's that. How they do. Yeah, man. Anyway, I'm listening. Good night.
All right, my dear. Thank you.
All right.
4407. In fact, you know what? Let me use the last few minutes because I want to make sure that when you all go, you had the correct figures. So let me go over the figures again. We want to make sure that we go over these figures again. The total owing to government by A and D distributors, and we know that is Andy and maybe Deacon. I know Andy and Deacon. The D is not Deacon. It's somebody else, right? Nice. So the total owing by A and D distributors, all right, is $2,269,366.51. That's how much was owing to the government of Grenada as of Friday. It's increased by now because, of course, you have to apply the interest. The base amount in both the corporate income tax and the annual stamp tax, the amount that has to be paid, the base amount without the penalties and interest, is $567,181.36. And remember, that is just a little bit under the 600,000 that you get, isn't it? Anyhow, all right. The penalties and interest that he has to pay, the penalties and interest that Mr. Andy Williams has to pay, all right. Well, in fact, because of the tax amnesty, he now getting that off, so he ain't had to pay it. You understand? What he had to do is find a 600,000, right? So what you understand what I'm saying, right? All he have to do is find a 600,000 and pay off that $567,181.36. And then due to the tax amnesty that he sat in Parliament and passed, he is getting $1,702,185.15 off. 15 cents. Make sure anybody want to lend him the 15 cents. I could drop a 10 cents and a 5 cents. So him have a few in a little bottle home and I could bring and drop for him. But $1,702,185.15. All right. And nice, Mr. Andy Williams, we'd prefer, as you're paying the people of Grenada, that you do not give us a check. We have a kind of thing against checks from you. All right. Nice. So we would prefer that if you're paying our treasury, that you not give us a check. All right? Yeah. People, if you know you can't handle a checkbook, then give up the checking account. I realize I had a checking account. I can't manage it properly. Give that up. Get rid of that. Yeah, you keeping that around. You get rid of that and you start to use cash. So if you need a little security and thing, we could talk to some people and thing, and you could use the fellas from FIU because they ain't really doing no work otherwise. Yeah, you could use them as security. Go and take that $1,702,185.15 and thing. But anyway, getting that off, that's the penalties and interest, you're getting that off. All right? So all you really have to pay, remember, you don't have to pay that right now. The act that was passed there, the tax amnesty, he can benefit from the tax amnesty. Same as you and me, we could benefit from it too if we owe in taxes. But in his instance, he's benefiting by not paying $1.7 million. But he has to find $600,000 to pay. And again, we don't want the $600,000 by check. You go and pay us, you understand? We have a caller online. Good night.
Sheldon, good night.
Good night, my dear.
Sheldon, that next bar again, you know. Sheldon, that next bar again, you know. What going on with us?
Well, what's saying? I mean, he according to the NDC, according to the local the Chihuahua Potong and them that they putting out to talk on his behalf. He ain't talking. He said no Chihuahua Potong.
I don't feel them bad dog and them bad.
They not bad dog. They bad smelling. They not bad dog. That's bad smelling dog. So you only putting out as such a little Chihuahua Potong.
Yeah, when Dr. Mitchell was on the program this morning, where he was, he spent how many years in Africa, kind of thing. Don't study them two foot dog and them. They're already yet, you know.
Oh boy.
We don't want with them. They can't hold us down. It's because you see, anytime they see Dr. Mitchell, it's like a Dover for them, you know. It's a Dover for them, but we don't worry with them. We on the move. Nobody can stop us now. Good night.
All right, my dear. And folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. I didn't realize I hit 10 o'clock already. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. I have to get out of here. In everything you do and say, do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Let's see how fast I have to be moving together here right now. Love each and every one of you. Yeah, $567,181.36. You have until the 31st of December to pay that, to save himself $1,702,185.15. I could be much more than that if he ain't paid soon. But you borrow $600,000 and he ain't paid that. All right, okay, cool, nice. Bye-bye, folks.
The dollar come down to make the man on the ground. Him now face, him now and the friend of the dollar come down to the unfortunate one. To beg no one, he must stretch no hands. Pockets are empty, the economy has plenty. Poverty is a shame and that's no game. The treasury in surplus, but the people in minus. Man a ball and hold them head cause them are counting red. Stuck with minimum wage, we now move to higher stage. Poverty is a crime, so who's doing the prison time? More the people procreate, less dollars circulate. So send down the guns eye before it's too late. The dollar comes down to make the man on the ground. Him now face, him now and a friend. Let the dollar come down to the unfortunate one. To beg no one, he must stretch. So them say we were born poor, should leave poor, and die poor. Nothing more. While the rich get rich, a tall fence, pitbull and cameras, desperate man still looks fi climb over. The system never truly cater for them in that strata. Though some days you may hand them $1. Check their standard of living, that's the real thing. Sustainability is the key. So let the dollar come down to make the man on the ground. Him now face, him now and a friend. Let the dollar come down to the unfortunate one. To beg no one, he must stretch. Projects of millions upon millions, hundreds of thousands. Most of it stays in the hands of a middleman. Poor man a work as a laborer, just for $1. Nothing fi smile about, that goes from hand to mouth. And day by day the cycle's been repeated. That's the way poor people have been treated. So let the money come down